Why are you excited to be here tonight?
Because I'm just excited.
Yeah. No other explanation. Now, I do believe, tell me the truth, is it true that your dad has a ringside seat but didn't get you guys ringside seats?
That is true, but it's because of his YouTube channel, okay? It's his YouTube, okay?
Her dad's an influencer. Let him go, guys. But your dad's awesome, right?
Yeah.
See, he's awesome! Yeah! Give it up for Claire. Thank you so much.
Here's the story now. If I see Kevin Owens, or even someone who looks like Kevin Owens, I drop them on sight.
Welcome. It's party time!
So, what day is it today?
Tuesday?
Wrong. It's NWA Day.
They want NWA? Let's give them NWA.
I was thinking that it might be a good idea if you and I formed an alliance.
Let's get ready to rumble! Attention, everyone.
Welcome to the greatest wrestling program in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? Stop what you're doing and listen.
Okay, let's party. It's the pre-party with J. Cal.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pre-party, a presentation of Alliance-Wrestling.com, your number one source for news and opinion about the National Wrestling Alliance. My name is J. Cal, not Kevin Owens, and I'm here to talk to you, that hashtag NWA fam, about all things pro wrestling. I want to welcome our newest friend here in the live stream, Hunter. Hunter just jumped on because he saw me on TikTok, and that's exactly why I go to TikTok live before I do the pre-party, because we're always trying to throw that net out to grab as many people as we can to the channel, because we're not just building a live stream, we're not just doing a podcast, but we're trying to create a wrestling community. And you can see all of our links are in the video description of this channel, including our Discord, our Instagrams, our Facebooks, our TikToks. Make sure you join us here on all of our social media, because we update stuff all the time. Tonight, no, I'm not Billy Corgan, but I am going to be going to the United Wrestling Network's Championship Wrestling television taping in Irvine. Now, before you guys ask, and I know Steve G, you're chomping at the bit, I don't know when the new episodes are going to air. I still haven't got a straight answer yet from the United Wrestling Network management, but tonight's show is going to be kind of a doozy. And I really, gosh, I wish I were a fish. No, I wish I could make this happen so that you guys could see these shows as well, because they are really killing it over the United Wrestling Network. This new season is going to be hot. I think you guys are going to like it. Now, one thing is for certain, Big Mama will not be at tonight's television taping, and which is kind of a bummer. I was really hoping to see her again live, but what they will be presenting at the United Wrestling Network is, of course, we'll see Scorpio Sky. He'll be back on tonight's episode of, or not episode, but taping for Power. I know Willie Bowen is going to like this one. Viperous returns taking on Alex Gracia. That should be a good match. We have a WWE ID match, and that's going to be Ice Williams taking on Jack Cartwheel. Now, that's pretty cool, man. I don't know if this match is being filmed for them, But I think it's pretty cool that this match is even happening in the first place. I mean, Jack Cartwheel is somebody who has been a regular for the United Wrestling Network in the past. We had seen him when they were in Port Hueneme. Of course, you guys from the NWA are familiar with Jack Cartwheel. And he's taken on Ice Williams last week. Ice Williams was on the NWA, not NWA. He was at the last United Wrestling Network TV taping, and you kind of see him all over the place. And then another match that I'm really looking forward to is the Wolf Zaddies. They're taking on Lights, Camera, Action. Now, the Wolf Zaddies, brother, you talk about hard-hitting wrestling, man. You talk about some bad dudes. The Wolf Zaddies, the biggest crime in all of pro wrestling right now is that there's going to be a Crockett Cup, and I'm almost certain that the Wolf Zaddies will not be there, and that is just a shame because the Wolf Zaddies are a hell of a good tag team. Oops, that was an accident. Let's delete that. Oops. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Sorry. I was getting too far ahead of myself. So I'm really excited about that matchup. Plus, there are a few more, including we've got Zicky Dice defending the television title against Eye Candy Elliott. Now, I don't know anything about Eye Candy Elliott, but this match, Zicky Dice is always very entertaining. I'm sure this will be a good matchup to check out. Let's see. Also, my phone's blown up. Sorry. New phone. Who dis? Also in action, we're going to see the Heritage Champion EJ Sparks defend against Stunt Marshall. Stunt Marshall made his debut for Championship Wrestling at the last tapings. He was actually part of the match to crown the new Heritage Champion. So only fitting that he gets an opportunity to challenge for that title. Kenny King returns as he takes on Fidel Bravo. That's going to be a very interesting match, but really the one that everyone's looking for, TNA superstar, former X Division champion, taking on the United Wrestling Network world champion, Ace Austin versus Danny Limelight. This one's going to blow the roof off of the Irvine Improv, that's for sure. I'm excited about this one, and I hope you guys will get to see it because it is a pretty good looking card as far as I'm concerned, and I can't wait to see it. Noob, you got me. Fraction, you are correct. Rusty, what is a good email? Rusty, message me later on any social media platform, and I'll get you an email. But let me get to the rest of your guys' comments because you guys have been talking, and I've been ignoring you, not because I don't want to hear you, but because I want to get to that United Wrestling Network card. Real quick, Willie Bowen, who he loves, Tyrus. The Tyrus joke of the day. Hey, J. Cal, Tyrus uses palm leaves for toilet paper. It's a big palm leaf. I don't know if you guys remember Tyrus, but he's a big guy. Hey, Johnny Robbie just won a championship. Yeah, she won a championship for West Coast Pro. Yeah, West Coast Pro Wrestling. Now, they in the past have partnered with the United Wrestling Network. I don't know if there's still any kind of partnership going on with them right now, but it's Johnny Robbie's a fantastic talent. Got to see her wrestle at Epic Pro. If you guys have the subscription to Triller TV, you can see Johnny Robbie take on Kid Bandit from Epic Pro just a few weeks ago. Ring Rant says, "What is it like growing up in Canada?" Well, the winters are very cold. Very cold. Some people think I'm from Quebec, but no, I'm from Nova Scotia, and it's not the same. You might think it's the same because we all speak French Canadian, but it's not the same. Let's see. Sean Mega's in the house. Bobby Matito's here. Willie's here. Steve G's here. Noob is here. We got a whole bunch of our pals here in the chat on youtube.com/The Alliance Blog. Bobby Matito says he likes Alex Gracia too. She's great, man. She was at the United Wrestling Network last month, challenging for that women's newly crowned United Wrestling Network Women's Championship that went to Big Mama. We'll see where that goes. But yeah, Noob got me on the correction. Lights, camera, fraction. Yes. Bobby, I'm not familiar with Eye Candy Elliott. I've never seen them before, and unfortunately, I didn't have time to give that the old look over. Jeremy's in the house, and as Jeremy says, man, you got to like, you got to comment, you got to share this stream, and leaving the comment after the stream helps too. It helps with the I forgot how to talk. Helps with the algorithm, And obviously, Al Gore needs all the rhythm he can get, and so can your boy Jake Howe. So by liking, commenting, and subscribing, we get more eyeballs on this live stream, which allows us to cast a wider net to capture as many of you wrestling fans out there so we can all hang out and be cool to one another, because that's what it's all about. And, of course, if you haven't done so yet, join our Discord. We do a lot of NWA chat there, but we talk about all wrestling. Nothing's off limits. Sam Retro says the West Coast Pro title was the first match during the Primetime Live events. Yeah, that's true, Sam. That was don't tell me. It was Jordan Clearwater and Alexander Hammerstone, I believe. I could be wrong. Sam Retro's in the house, of course. Steve G says just another champion from Davis Marquez. I think you mean David Marquez, but yeah. Yeah, the family is here, Retro. Thanks for supporting. Now, okay, I got to address something, and for you guys on YouTube, you'll see this. For those of you who are watching on TikTok, you won't. But I'm a little disappointed. Not in my hashtag NWA fam, certainly not in the We Are the Alliance community, but I needed 1,000 likes to get to the Crockett Cup, and it didn't happen. We're not even close. I don't even think we broke 200 likes. However, this is going to get me hot water with the wife. Your boy's going to be at the Crockett Cup. Because sometimes you got to put on your big boy pants, put your foot down, and say, wife, I'm going to fly to Philadelphia. I'm going to watch pro wrestling with my pals. I'm going to get a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. And I really hope it's okay with you, because I don't want to upset you or anything. Anyways, your boy Jay will be at the Crockett Cup. And I know that a lot of you are heading out to Philly for that weekend, May 17th. Your boy Jay will be there. And I want to work with you guys. I want to cut promos. I want to watch videos. I want to talk wrestling. I want to make some content while we're there. So let's do something. I'm flying in on Friday and I'm leaving on Monday. Let's do something. Retro, someone's got to pray for me, brother, because it's going to go all down. Well, see, we're going to go to the UK, right? All right, full disclosure, your boy's going to be in Scotland. 1 week from now, I'll be in Scotland. No, 2 weeks from now, I'll be in Scotland. We fly into London next Thursday, and we'll be in London for a few days. I'm going to check out a Rev Pro show, which I'm super excited about. Bernardo on TikTok says mine would say okay, and when I get back, all my shit would be on the front lawn. It might happen, Bert. It might happen. Beardo. I like that. That's from Scrubs, I think. Which tag team would you like to see in the Crockett Cup? I just said earlier, I think the Wolf Zaddies should be in the Crockett Cup. I don't know, man. Maybe they won't. Look, they are not an NWA tag team, but if you're talking about unsigned talent who's available, I mean, Dave Marquez would not block that opportunity for them, and I think that would be a great addition. Look, Bad Dude Tito has literally wrestled all over the planet at this point. He's been in New Japan Pro Wrestling in Japan. He's wrestled for New Japan Pro Wrestling in the UK. He's wrestled for CMLL in Mexico City, Tijuana. He's wrestled on AEW. He's wrestled in AEW and Ring of Honor. And, of course, all of the Southern California independents. And that dude is really good. And Che is really good, too. Both of them are solid. It's a solid tag team. The Wolf Zaddies are so underrated. And if you put them on a poster, they pass the sniff test. I know that sounds weird. And even Tito told me, he's like, we are the Mexican Steiner brothers. And I'm like, cool, man. I'll take it. Weirdo beard combination. I like it, Beardo. I like it. I'm going to get some more of these comments. If it makes you feel any better, I'm from Minnesota and my accent is bad. Hunter. It's okay. Wait, don't you know? There's a girl on TikTok that has a Minnesotan accent, and she's like all like, I don't know. Never mind. We won't talk about that. My wife might be watching. Let's see. Sauronaro is doing the booking with Jake the Snake at Southern Honor Wrestling in Georgia. I didn't know that, Figure 4. Southern Honor, I've only heard good things about Southern Honor. I'll be honest, I haven't seen any of it, but I've only heard good things about it. Creative Zach Martin's in the chat on TikTok. For those of you who don't know, Creative Zach Martin, I don't know if he's still here or not, but he looks identical, 100% identical to Sami Zayn. And a lot of people want me to be his Kevin Owens and want him to be my Sami Zayn. So if you're in, Zach, what's up, man? And if you're not, we should do something. What sucks is no SVW. Those guys were freaking awesome. What's SVW, Retro? I don't know. I don't know what SVW is. Oh, yeah. The Suplex Vintage Wrestling. Yeah. Yeah, Suplex Vintage Wrestling. I feel so bad for those guys. They moved. We're going to start 2 different offices, one in Philly and one in Florida, and then I think they are closing the one in Philly. And it was a beautiful setup, man. It was so cool. Let's see. Chris Drummond says you'll love Michael Oku. I think I've seen Michael Oku before, Chris. I think I've seen him on a New Japan Strong show. I could be wrong, but I think I've seen him before. Willie Bowen says his choice for the Crockett Cup are the Country Gents or the Immortals. Those are both really good tag teams. Retro says my favorite Crockett Cup Lightning 1 era winners are the Wild Cards and the Briscoes. I mean, those are 2 solid choices. My boy Royce Isaac just won the Epic Pro Heavyweight Championship. That was cool. Kevin said, Jay, did you watch the live stream last night? They said they were working on catching up, so they are not so far behind. That's awesome. That's the best news I've heard, Kevin. No, I did not watch him last night. I tried to for a minute, but I got really busy. I still have to watch Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. I only got to see the main event from night 1. I still haven't even watched night 2. I still need to catch up on Exodus Pro, but it's been a busy couple of weeks for your boy Jay. I'm not going to lie. I just now caught up with Daredevil, which is important to me as well. If you guys aren't watching Daredevil on Disney Plus, what are you doing? The 2023 Crockett Cup was great, even the pre-show. I was there, and it was great. Wait, 23. No, I was in 22. I was in Nashville. I didn't go to the one in 23. I did go to the one in 24 in Forney. So this will be – I went to the Crockett Cup in 2019. I went to the Crockett Cup in 24 in Forney, and I'm going to the Crockett Cup in 25 in Philly. Is that right? Nashville, Forney. No, North Carolina, Charlotte. We'll say Charlotte. Charlotte, Nashville, Forney, Philly. 4 Crockett Cups. I feel kind of good about that. How do you watching and so many keep up? Beardo, it's hard to watch so much wrestling. And I'll be honest, I don't watch as much as people think I do. Like there's a great channel. If you guys are on TikTok or on YouTube, Soto619, he recaps Raw and SmackDown every week. And if you're not following him, you should. But he really makes my life easy because if I can't watch like Raw, I'll get everything that happened. I'll get most of what happened. It's hardly like I missed anything. Let's see. Wolf's Daddy's jobbing to the slime balls. That sounds so bad. I hope not. I hope not. Hopefully we can see a WWE tag team in the Crockett Cup. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. And it's so weird. Like, you guys are aware WrestleMania weekend, there's like 4 WWE talents that are going to be at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, right? That is crazy. Now, in the past, they've had NXT stars, compete at the Josh Barnett Bloodsport. I mean, they had Shayna Baszler when she was on the main roster, but that doesn't happen very often. They had Charlie Dempsey, who is the son of William Regal, and he's on NXT still. I don't think he's made his main roster debut yet. But this year, Karrion Kross, who was just at the Chris Bay benefit, he will be there at Josh Barnett's Bloodsport. I mean, that dude's breaking bats on social media. If you haven't seen that, that's crazy. Nattie Neidhart's going to be there. And I do believe they're going to be pulling someone up from NXT as well. So a lot of WWE talent working WrestleMania weekend in non-WWE capacity. And then also GCW is going to have at least one WWE ID tournament match. So it's crazy. This sort of stuff didn't happen, a year ago. This stuff didn't happen 10 years ago. This is so crazy. That's just the best word I could use. And the fact of the matter is that, you know, we just saw this past weekend at Hard Times, we saw Rhino make his return to the NWA to lay out a challenge to Tom Latimer. I mean, that's big, right? We got Nattie Neidhart, who will be at the Crockett Cup. We think Rhino will be at the Crockett Cup. And, oh, yeah, Bobby. Yeah, I'm sorry. Pete and Dune will also be there. And Carmen Petrovic. I'm not really sure about Carmen Petrovic. I'm not familiar. But, yeah, Pete Dunn. I said Dune. Pete Dunn. Getting back to what I was saying. So, WWE has been letting their talent go and explore these opportunities. And, you know, Osmos, I don't want to say his name wrong, but I think I did. He was in Pro Wrestling Noah for a little bit, won the tag titles there. So I guess what I'm saying is it's not so crazy to think that the WWE might send, you know, probably wouldn't be the Street Profits, right? But Fraxium, they might send a tag team like DIY. You know, God, I wish they would send the Motor City Machine Guns, but I'm not expecting that. But yeah, it's crazy. This is a very dynamic and strange time that we're living in, and everything's so combustible. You've got AEW forging partnerships with New Japan Pro Wrestling, CMLL, Lucha Libre AAA. You know, for a while, TNA, I got WWE and TNA working together, and WWE sending talent to these independent shows, their WWE ID talents. It's just wild, man. And why shouldn't the NWA get in on that? Why shouldn't they? This is the perfect opportunity for them. They've got Tom Latimer. The guy looks like $1 million. Start sending him some guys. Building up some guys for him to face. Start building up guys to make him more credible. And I don't know. I think it would all work. Chris Drummond says, wasn't there talks that WWE was minimizing house show business? Chris, that's a possibility. I don't really keep up with the economics of the WWE. I know that it's getting way more expensive to do to go to a WWE event. You know, tickets aren't getting cheaper, and but you know, that's the thing, man. If they are making it more exclusive and difficult to watch the WWE as a live, you know, at a live event, then having their talent appear on independent shows makes a lot of sense. Steve G says, let's go Tom versus Andrade. That would be killer. Both of them are exes of Charlotte Flair. Is that, Steve G, is that why you said that? Is that why? You want those two to fight over Sweet Charlotte? That's dirty. You notice how the NWA hasn't referred to that 10 pounds of gold as Sweet Charlotte since Tom has had it? Lakers and Dodgers for life say, what's up? What's good, Jay Oos? Man, I wish I was an Oos. I wish I was an Oos. I went to, when I wrestled in high school, there was a family of Samoans, and their last name was, no kidding, Fatu. There was Fapito Fatu, Fatu Fatu, John Fatu, and I happened to wrestle with John Fatu, and that guy was amazing. I don't even know what happened to those guys, but I wish I was an Oos. That would have been dope. Soto says, this might be my last WrestleMania I go to for a while with these prices. Yeah, man, and it's hard. Like, we're supposed to be having, was it Hell in a Cell? No, not Hell in a Cell. Survivor Series in San Diego, maybe, Soto? If it happens, we got to figure out a way to get there, but it's going to be pricey, that's for sure. It works, don't it? It would be a good matchup. Those Fatus grew up to be the Usos. Man, if I lived in San Francisco, you might be right. But no, these were not those Usos. Although there was some similarity. I mean, they could have. Look, I know in a sense that when you're an Uso, you're kind of everyone's an Uso. When you're family, you're like everyone's family. It's one of the coolest things about that Samoan culture is that they are very welcoming Not just to other Samoan people, but like the Samoans that I've known are very welcoming, very kind people. You don't want to piss them off, though. That's for sure. You don't want to cross them. Everyone is family. That's my cousin. That's my cousin. That's my oos. Anyways, Steve G, you're hilarious. Soto. We've got a card for tonight's Power. I'll be honest. I didn't do a lot of research about tonight's show. It's been a busy week for your boy Jay. I wasn't able to do what I normally do, but let's talk about it, right? Because we have, they graciously gave us graphics to use. And as I maxed out on the screen right now, I don't think I can even get them up. But we have a tag team match, a TV title match, and the Jack Stay Memorial Cup continues to go forward, which is great. I think these are all good things for tonight on Power. Wait a minute. Soto, you should go to Josh Barnett's show, man. That Bloodsport, if you can make it, that's the one you want to go to, because you're going to see like Nattie Neidhart. You're going to see Pete Dunne. God, why is it so hard for me to say that? Pete Dunne. You're going to see Karrion Kross. I mean, that's a pretty solid show right there. What about Tom versus Hammerstone? Another good matchup. See what's going on with Hammerstone. I mean, I know he's no longer under TNA contract. There's speculation. There's rumors that he might be heading to AEW to reform Dynasty. I don't know. But let's look at this week's episode of Power. And why aren't my graphics loading, man? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Sorry if I seem like I'm flustered, because I am. My graphics didn't load. I'm very upset with that. Anyways, yeah, so still not loading. All right. Well, all right. Can only do what we can do. Jack Stay Memorial Tournament continues with Zion versus Burchill. Now, this is the thing that kills me about this this Jack Stay Memorial Tournament. Now we know that this match is already the results of this tournament already done. They had that match at Hard Times, which unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, the entire spoilers are out there. You guys already know who won if you wanted to. It's very easy to find. And the NWA had been very good at keeping these things under wraps, whether it be apathy from the crowd or just the NWA doing a good job of keeping mum's the word. But we know the results of this. So, I mean, let's look at the matchup a little bit more closely, right? Because if we go to our favorite website, Cage Match, and we go look up, Burchill, I just want you guys to know how many matches that Burchill has won since joining the NWA. How many wins did Burchill have all of last year as a member of the NWA roster? In a single matches in 2024, Silas Mason beat Burchill. That happened at on an episode of Power from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in a national heavyweight title qualifying match. Oh, that's the same weekend, I guess. Burchill defeated Jake Dumas to get into the tournament, only to lose to Silas Mason. Oh, wait, no, I'm mistaken. Burchill lost to Silas Mason in a title match. Burchill beat Jake Dumas to get an opportunity to challenge for that title. And that in that four-way match, Latimer defeated Troop, Burchill, and Zion. Then his next matchup as a singles competitor was at the 76th anniversary show, where Mims defeated Idol, Burchill, and Carson Drake to become champion. And then we know Burchill beat Baba Thunder by disqualification. Mims beat Burchill in a title match. Mike Mondo beat Burchill. And tonight, Burchill versus Zion. So I guess what I'm saying, in 2024, the man had a victory in a disqualification match at Salwin. No, not Salwin. He had at a TV taping in Tampa. So Burchill won one match last year, 2 matches. He defeated Jake Dumas and then lost every other match he was in. But somehow he got seeded in this tournament as the number 4 seed. What? Why? Makes no sense. If you guys can understand that, I don't know. As Billy Corgan would say, do the math on that one. Then Zion, his matches in the NWA, as a singles competitor in 2024, he defeated AJ Kazana to get into that qualifying match for the national title. Again, that was the match that Tom Latimer won. He lost to he defeated Mims for a number 1 contenders match on the TV taping. So there's 1 victory, 2 victories. But then he lost to Zion at a TV taping. He lost to Latimer in a title match. His match with Juventud Carrera was a no contest. He lost to Jax Dane. And so he had 2 wins all of last year, which is technically, I guess, the same, maybe more than what Burchill had, and he was seeded number 5. Is that weird to anybody else? Yeah, sorry, Jake Howe with the Steiner math. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out, man. If you guys can help me with this, like, do the math on that one, as Billy Corgan would say. I don't know why I still have this picture up here. I should have taken that down a while ago. Sorry about that. But hey, John. Yeah, we talk about NWA all the time here at the Alliance blog, and you'll hear us talk about the NWA on Tuesdays during the pre-party. This is the pre-show for NWA Power, which you can see exclusively on x.com/the NWA. They go in about 30 minutes. So after this show is over, if you want to check them out, you go to x.com. You don't even need to be a subscriber to X. You don't have to have an account. You can just go x.com/NWA and you can watch their program either on your PC or on your cell phone or on your phone, smartphone. Yeah. And then on Thursdays, we recap the show. Plus we do a lot of talk about the NWA past, present, and future. And we talk about other wrestling companies as well. Sometimes we end up talking about WWE, AEW, but we try to focus specifically on the National Wrestling Alliance and the United Wrestling Network. Real quick, I see Noob said, who is Natalya facing at the Crockett Cup? And I think the answer is whoever's holding the Burke. Now, I don't know that for certain. I haven't seen it, but I know that she had mentioned, Natalya, that she was going to go to this event to wrestle for a championship title. So, I mean, maybe, they could always do that here where she could wrestle for the women's TV title, but I imagine she'll be wrestling for the Burke. Let's see. It's always a good time in here. Everyone should follow Kevin J. Cal Owens. Thanks, Soto. Soto's my personal pitch man. He's my hype guy. And the feeling's mutual. I like Soto a lot. We actually hung out at a Crash Lucha Libre event. Hopefully we can do some more of those in the not too far future. Plus, his recaps for Raw and SmackDown, like I said, they're available on YouTube and on TikTok. I think on Instagram as well. It's pretty much everywhere. Soto619, give him a follow, give him a like, give him a sub, whatever it is you do on your social media platform. Do it for my guy Soto because he's a good dude. Let's see. On the TikTok right now, I've got IV4N Place 69. Yeah. He said, will you face Cena at the final tour? I think he thinks that I'm Kevin Owens. Maybe, man. Maybe. I mean, again, Kevin Owens is as hard and tough as they come. And I could see him definitely causing some damage to John Cena. Didn't he beat Cena for the U.S. U.S. title? Tag title. You will not get a package pile driver, Soto. You should be coming to Philly, bro. I should really get you inducted into the NWA. All right. Maybe that's not a good thing. The other match that we're having scheduled for tonight, of course, I think is going to be a very solid match. The Immortals versus Daisy Kill and Talos. These two teams are no strangers to each other. They fought at the Crockett Cup. They've battled each other time in, time out. But I I really feel like this year, 2024 or 2025, could be the year that we see Daisy Kills take it to that next level. So if Daisy Kill and Talos facing off against the Immortals, I feel like this could be a very solid match. I'm looking forward to it. Hope it's a good one, of course. But I don't have a graphic for that one. And then in the main event, Alex Misery. Now remember, this TV taping took place in Forney, Texas, the NWA Shockwave event. He's Misery already filled in for Lev, who no-showed. I think there was some travel issues that prevented Lev from getting there. But Misery took the place of Lev in that triple, or not even a triple threat match. It was supposed to be Lev versus Gags the Gimp with special referee Joe Ocasio. Misery took over, then Misery and Gags beat up Joe Ocasio with kendo sticks. I don't know why Alex Misery's getting a shot at the television championship. Who did he ever beat? The answer is nobody. But you guys can't see me. I'm making faces, and I still have the graphic up, so you can't even see me. But I did this. Who's booking this shit? You guys keep telling me how good Carson Drake is. I've heard it from you guys on the Discord. I've heard it from you guys here in the live stream. You guys are always coming to the defense of Carson Drake. He has done nothing to make me think that he's worthy of getting the title shot he got at Hard Times. Now, obviously, as a television champion, it's the Lucky 7 series. He cashed in. And although we haven't seen a lot of these matches on Power, one has to believe that maybe, just maybe, he has gotten those victories offline. And so it's kind of like, as I look up Carson Drake right now, and I look up his win-loss record within the NWA, let's see, what did he do in 2024? And of course, he did win the television championship, so you got to give him some credit for that. But let's see. So Carson Drake in 2024 for the NWA, he was very active. So he lost to Tom Latimer in the national heavyweight title qualifying match. Teaming with Magnum Muscle, lost to the Miserably Faithful. Let's just go as a singles competitor. He did get an opportunity to wrestle EC3 at the Squared Circle Expo. He started teaming with the Slime Balls. He defeated Jake Dumas on Power. He defeated Brian Idol on Power. He lost to Boz in Chicago. He also lost to EC3 in a Wall Street street fight, whatever that is. Back to Power. He was defeated by Mims in that four-way with very weird circumstances. Then took Max to a time limit draw. Beat Brian Idol as a single competitor, then beat Maxine Paler to win the title, the TV title, and then defended the TV title against Tyler Shoup, where he lost via disqualification, and then lost to Tyler Shoup in a countout. These were both matches at JCP. Beat Wayne Moxie, or actually, a no contest with Wayne Moxie. Defeated Lord Crew in Exodus Pro. Defeated Tommy Vendetta in ACIW. Defeated Prima Donna and Pompano Joe at WTF Crossroads. Okay. So, I guess what I'm saying is he hasn't had a lot of matches on TV to really give him that best of 7 series to cash in. But apparently the guy is getting it done for the NWA. Yeah, Soto, we just did hit that 6,000 over the weekend, actually. It was kind of funny because we were sitting there like 5,080 or 5,980, I should say. And I'm like, well, when are we going to hit that 6,000? There was supposed to be a title belt made, and we were working on it, and we put a kibosh on that for now. And I was going to put 6,000 on the belt because that was, kind of a big deal. But shoot, now we're already past 6,000. So maybe it'll be for 10,000. We'll make the belt. Of course, we'll make that belt with Trophy Smack, as they are a partner of the podcast. If you need a championship title made, check out trophysmack.com. Use the code of the Alliance blog, and I get something cool for it if you do. But, I mean, that's what we're getting this week on NWA Power. And are you excited about this week's event? I mean, the title match, you know, and that's the problem too. And our friend over here, Kevin, I think it was Kevin. Let me make sure that I saw it correctly. I love Lovebug. Join me on TikTok. Kevin Warner said, you know, that the NWA is trying to catch up, which I think is great, because this gap between Signature Live event and the regular TV tapings, I mean, in theory, there's about 6 weeks of television that we haven't seen yet. And that's after what we're watching now. So like Shockwave, then there's 2 more TV tapings from Tampa, 2 days of TV that they filmed in Tampa. Then that brings us to Hard Times, right? And I mean, that's like each day is probably at least 4 episodes of Power or more. 4 to 5 episodes of Power. So we're talking about 12 to like 15 weeks of TV. And that's like 3 months, almost 4 months. Kevin, you are Elias. Thanks, Lovebug. I'm not Elias, but thanks for saying it, I guess. You got to follow for that one. So there you go. But, you know, it's a very interesting situation, because if the NWA gets caught up on this, right? Because look, Crockett Cup is happening in May. Crockett Cup, and this is like one of the longest times we've had to wait for. Well, no, I guess that's not true. Crockett Cup last year was also in May. I think it was like May 11th. I have to look at a calendar, but last year was in Forney, Texas. I was there with DKM. This year I'll be at Crockett Cup with hopefully a whole bunch of you guys from the Alliance. Hopefully we can all hang out together. Get some Tony and Gino's, some Philly cheese right before the event or after. Either way, maybe both. It's a long event. You might want to do both. But the problem with the NWA is we're getting matches that are being advertised that we're not even going to see for like 3 months, right? And like Hard Times, which sounds like a very good event, Hard Times, you know, had that surprise with Rhino from ECW, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Rhino. I do want to acknowledge Rhino is a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, in the same vein of Terry Funk, right? In the same vein as Shane Douglas, and the same vein as technically Christian, and the same vein as technically who else am I forgetting? Raven and Steve Corino. Like, these guys are all ECW and NWA World Champions. And Rhino is one of those guys that did hold both the ECW World Heavyweight Championship and held the NWA World Heavyweight Championship when he was in TNA Wrestling, when TNA had their deal with the NWA. So that's something that's really cool. And a lot of people are excited to see Rhino in the ECW arena for Crockett Cup against Tom Latimer for the 10 pounds of gold. But that match, you know, Hard Times just wrapped up. I say wrapped up. They just filmed it this past Saturday. But we're not going to see that match for a long time unless the NWA is able to condense these episodes, maybe pull out some of these matches that are insignificant or meaningless, make those like YouTube exclusives. I don't know. I don't know what you do. You know, there's a lot of money behind those TV tapings. It's not just like, these aren't just regular indie shows, right? Like the production, the talent, the time, the money was already spent. So I could see where Billy would be a little shy about just dumping those matches and not airing them, or making them only for YouTube and not Power. But I think that's, you know, when it's all said and done, like, they need to get on a taping schedule that makes sense, you know. And you know, in the past, you can't really say it now because they're still not on TV yet, but in the past, United Wrestling Network would film in March and those shows would be on in April. Theoretically, what they filmed in February is supposed to be airing on TV soon or on YouTube, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. it shouldn't take 15 weeks for something to be filmed and then put on X. The crazy thing about X is there's not like standards and practices, right? There's no one from X telling the NWA what to put, what to produce, nothing. So it's just a matter of when you're ready to put it up, put it up. Well, shoot, man. If that's the case, they got a lot of content in the can. Put it up. For those of you who are just joining us, my name is Jay Cal. We are the Pre-Party. And this is a presentation of Alliance-Wrestling.com, your number one source for news and information for the National Wrestling Alliance. On Tuesdays, we talk wrestling with you, the hashtag NWA fam. Double D, congratulations. New Papa in the house. Double D, Devin Dowling. Got back from that baby boy's first doctor's appointment. I hope all is well, man. I'm so happy for you guys. All kidding aside, the most fulfilling, wonderful thing that I've ever done as a man is to be a father. I have 3 kids. I have a daughter who is 20, another daughter who just turned 12, who has the same birthday as your son, and I also have a daughter who's 10. And most of the joy that I've experienced in my life is a direct result of them. So being a dad is great, dude. I'm so happy for you. Just know that there's challenging experiences, there's amazing experiences, and that kid will do things that'll drive you crazy, but also make you proud. And there's no love greater than that you should have for your child. And I know this because I've done it 3 times now, and it's amazing. So congratulations, Double D. I'm so happy for you, bro. It's gonna be a wild ride. And I know you're a young man. Like for me, I'm done having kids. Like the next step for me is grandkids, and hopefully that's not for a while either. But it's terrific, man. Yeah, kids are great. I love kids. Words, man. I do appreciate you being here every Tuesday, Thursdays, sometimes Sundays, when we talk NWA wrestling. And Bobby, you're always welcome on this channel as well. And Double D, I'm glad to hear, man. Babies are great. I still need to find out if you're going to be guest hosting for me in 2 weeks. 2 weeks for 2 weeks. I'll be here next week for the pre-party, but the week after that, your boy's going to be in the UK. I'm going to go check out some Rev Pro. But and then tonight, I'll be at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Of course, the match that I'm very much looking forward to seeing is Ace Austin versus Danny Limelight. This will be a hell of a match. If this doesn't win SoCal Uncensored Match of the Year, I don't know what will, because that one's just going to blow the absolute roof off the building. And I'm spent. How are you guys doing? What's going on in your world? We talked about Rhino making overtures for Tom Latimer and the 10 pounds of gold. We know that Nattie Neidhart will be at the Crockett Cup. We know that the WWE is sending talent to work for Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, which is a game-changer wrestling promotion. Is there a possibility we'll see WWE talent in the NWA outside of Nattie Neidhart? Double D, yes. That's a real... Years ago, when Chris Bay was working in the United Wrestling Network, I actually made videos using the theme song to Everybody Hates Chris. Not because I actually hated Chris, because I actually really liked him, but I was trying to poke fun at him, with him, for him. And he usually responded well to the videos. And it was usually him getting beat up, whether it be Kevin Martinson or his former tag team partner or whatever, Luchasaurus, whatever was happening. And then Chris got hurt. And I certainly am not putting those videos out anymore because somebody should hate that guy. He's a great guy. He's got this amazing personality and such gratitude. And there are more people like Chris Bay in the world would be a better place. He sustained an injury wrestling against the Hardy Boys at a TNA TV taping. I'm sure that match won't ever make the air. And as he described on Chris Van Vliet's show, that he sustained the injury during the match, and they actually kept going, and he lost feeling in his entire body. And the doctors told him that he would never walk again, but I mean, by the grace of God, hard work, determination, whatever you want to call it, Chris Bay not only was able to stand up and walk on his own, but he literally entered the ring, not for a match, but just to be a part of this event that happened this past weekend, which featured the stars of future stars of wrestling, but they also brought in people from the past, present of FSW, guys who were signed to TNA, guys who were signed to WWE, guys who were signed to AEW. And it was such an amazing night, all to celebrate Chris Bay and help him with his medical bills, as an injury like that involved a lot of medical care. So here's hoping that Chris Bay, it seems like he's going to make a full recovery. I'm hoping that he's able to walk again. I mean, he is walking, but I hope he's able to live without discomfort, It's still up in the air if he'll ever return to the ring, and I don't think that's anybody's concern right now. We're just hoping that that guy has a good, healthy life, and if the fates align and he's able to step back into the ring, that really will be the greatest story in pro wrestling. But yeah, all my best to Chris Bay. Bobby Batista says, your thoughts on Ice Williams? Well, man, that's another cool cap. No pun intended. Bay is him. Hell yeah, man. Bay is him. Such a good dude. Such a horrible accident, And the fact that he can walk now is just testimony to hard work, the treatment, the care that he received in that hospital. Those doctors who were watching over him really did take care of him. The wrestlers who were there when he was injured, they did a good job of not making that situation worse. I mean, I guess I was listening to Chris Bay talk about it, and Jeff was going to do the swanton on Bay after he was already hurt. And he was like, I'm getting ready to prepare to take that move, and I can't move my body at all. And I start yelling at the referee, and I'm paraphrasing, obviously. Chris Bay starts yelling at the referee, I can't move. Don't have him jump. And they stopped the match at that point. Actually, I guess they didn't stop the match. I guess Matt did a leg drop, which Bay said missed by a mile, but they did it for television to make sure that it looked, that they could still use it. But that was before they knew how seriously he was injured. My thoughts on Ice Williams. Again, Ice Williams, he's a SoCal native, but found more success outside of California than he did inside. He's been wrestling for Future Stars of Wrestling. Of course, he's one of these WWE ID contracted talents. And, I feel like when I first saw him, I didn't think there was a whole lot special about him. And I'm not trying to sound like a dick, but he seemed like a dime a dozen. And in the time off since the last time I saw him till now, his body's bigger. He's more impressive in the ring. His communication is better. He's able to emote better. He had a match with Scorpio Sky at the last TV taping for United Wrestling Network, and it was great. And I'm not saying that he is the next world heavyweight champion by any stretch, but he certainly could make an impact for any wrestling promotion that uses him, especially the WWE, as he is an ID talent. I like Ice Williams a lot. I can't wait to see what's next for him. And pretty soon you'll start seeing some clips from his matches on our YouTube account here at the Alliance blog, on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Meta, Blue Sky, all those good social media apps. Bobby Batito says, Moneybirds, Gigi Ray and Monica Monroe did great last week on Power. Both of them are ROW Women's Tag Team Champions at Reality Wrestling. Yeah, they are a pretty phenomenal tag team, and I'm glad that the NWA were able to bring in some more women into their tag team division. My concern is, were they just a one-time thing because they were in Forney, Texas? I don't think that they were booked for Hard Times. I could be mistaken. I didn't see their names on any of the spoilers or any of the press releases related to it, but they look good. They have a good look. I'm sure they're trying to get signed by one of the bigger companies. And it's a big problem for the NWA to actually get some women's tag teams. Sadly, Ella Envy left the National Wrestling Alliance. They put Miss Star with Tiffany Nieves. They did not have success against the Moneybirds, so it'll be interesting to see where this all goes from here. With that being said, I feel like now is probably a good time to wrap it up here. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Do you have any footage from the shows in TJ from El Grande Americano? No, sadly, I missed the camera opportunity. I was not able to get any matches with El Grande Americano. It'd be funny if they did do that, right? Like that would be really meta of the WWE if they had that forward thinking to be like, hey, let's send El Grande Americano down to the Crash and film some stuff because it would look different, it would be different, and then we could show that on Raw, and people would be like, oh wow, this guy is something different. Well, this is something different. But no, I don't have footage of that, Soto. Double D says, why did Ella leave? There's no, like, she just said she left on good terms. And she never really indicated why she was leaving. It just sounded like she was looking for something bigger, a bigger opportunity or a new opportunity. You have to remember, Ella Envy is a 4-time NWA Women's Tag Team Champion. She held that title with Kenzie Page. She held the title with Roxy. She held the title with Kylie Page. So the entire Pretty Empowered, she held the belts with every member of that group, and then she held the title with Miss Star. And no title reign went too long. Like, she didn't hold the belts for very long. And I feel like maybe she just didn't think that she was going to get the opportunities she was hoping to get. And that's all I can remember. That's all I can speculate on. I don't really know. I remember his matches in TJ. Happy to see. You know who else used to have? Rocky Romero used to do a lot of matches like that. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for us, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I'm on my way to Irvine. I'm going to go catch the United Wrestling Network. Make sure you visit alliance-wrestling.com for spoilers and results of tonight's television taping. Of course, we'll also have video and pictures available on all of our social media, especially right here on YouTube, TikTok, Kick, Twitch, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to say thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we'll see you on Thursday night. But until then, we'll see you at the matches. Thanks for checking out the Pre-Party, a presentation of Alliance-Wrestling.com. You should hit that subscribe button and join our community. I also want to remind you that we recap NWA POWERRR every Thursday at 8 p.m. in the live stream. We try to stay social, so find us at the Alliance blog. And until next time, we are the Alliance.